We've been asking the wrong question about the future of work. We've been asking, what does the future of work look like? Instead, we should be asking, how can we build a solid, resilient, innovative team that can help us get to whatever the future of work looks like?
We're ready to introduce our next speaker to you. He knows all there is to know about the insights of the best future-proofing networks in the world. He also has inspired leaders in Amazon, Coca-Cola, IBM, and the list just goes on. A master storyteller, best-selling author.
His best-selling book, Rethink Work, has been a go-to resource as we collectively navigate the future of work. And as a co-founder of Now of Work, Eric spends his time studying incredible leaders and is here today to share what separates those that thrive in the future of work from those that simply make it. Eric is one of the busiest speakers in the world. Today, you're going to find out exactly why.
Please give me a thunderous warm welcome for Mr. Eric Termuende!
I've surveyed tens of thousands of people now, worked with category-leading companies from around the world, trying to figure out what is it that great leaders are doing that others simply aren't.
It's almost like a bit of a playbook, a blueprint to leading in that new world of work.
First, we have to build a deep sense of trust. Second, we have to isolate and remove friction. And third, we have to create a culture of experimentation.
What I've learned through all the work that we've done is that indeed the fastest way to speed up human connection is to slow down.
And what I mean by that is just asking one more question to the people that we really care about. It's shifting from checking on the people that we work with to checking in with them a little bit more.
Instead of top down, we're now like eye to eye, heart to heart, asking the most simple, the most basic, the most human-centric questions. Like, how are you? What did you learn this week? What can we improve on? What mistakes did you make?
I went to Waffle House, and it was an experience, as I'm sure many of you know. But I was sitting at the bar with my partner for a waffle and some scrambled eggs, and Libby and Rich were the two people that were taking care of us. Libby was our server, Rich was flipping eggs on the grill. Not 2 minutes after we got there, the manager of the store nearly kicked the door down. Just so much energy, walked behind the counter, tapped Libby on the shoulder, flipped her around, said, "Libby, thank you so much for being here today. I know that Jennifer called in sick. You didn't have to be here today, but if you didn't come in, we probably wouldn't have been able to open the restaurant. Thank you so much for being here. We owe you one." He then went over to Rich. He said, "Rich, I know you're upstate with the kids on the weekend. We're gonna find 10 minutes later today. I wanna hear all about it. Welcome back. I hope you had a great trip." There were a couple other people behind the counter he did the same thing with. Said something personal, something small, something that was meaningful to them. And I caught Rich and Libby looking at each other after with a huge grin on their face, a huge smile. As Libby came back to my wife and I had to ask her the question. I said, "Libby, do you love working here?" She said, "Yeah." I said, "What do you love so much about working here?" She said, "The people." I said, "No kidding." I said, "How long have you worked here for?" She said, "Well, about 13 years. I said, "When are you leaving?" She said, "I'm not. No reason to leave. I just love it here." Do you think this restaurant is worried about the future of work? Do you really think that the Waffle House here is worried about 3.9% unemployment, about a talent shortage that we haven't seen since 1969? Do you think they're worried about artificial intelligence and machine learning? No, they're not worried about the future of work. Libby felt trusted. She felt that she could try something new. She felt that they could experiment. She had this connection with her team, and she wasn't worried about what tomorrow's going to bring. I started off by sharing with you today that I'm no good at predicting the future. I have no idea what's going to happen tomorrow, next week, or next month, but I'm not worried about it, and you shouldn't be either.
Just because we can't predict the future doesn't mean that we can't build a resilient team that's able to thrive in it. Thank you so much for your time today.